Hi guys, look at my speedometer. Notice how steady my speed is when I want it and how I can adjust it very precisely when I want that. All this while doing other things. This is what we'll be talking about today, and our objective is to figure out what tools we can use to ride at 5-10 miles per hour and how to do it with precision. This low speed is approximately what we'll be doing during our turning exercises, and it's a critical skill needed to do them well. To control motorcycle speed at this range, you have 3 different tools. Control number 1, clutch. If you're riding in first gear, clutch out, with the throttle at the lowest level where the bike doesn't stall. It will be idle for some bikes, slightly higher for others. The bike is probably moving at 10 miles per hour, so mine is close to 6. This is too fast for tight turn maneuvers. You can lower your speed with the clutch lever, keeping it in the friction zone, pulling and releasing it as needed. If you're not comfortable yet working the clutch in its friction zone, the best exercise to start with is walking the bike. And I actually have a separate video covering this in detail. You can see the link at the top of the screen. Let's see how it's done when riding. Start from a comfortable slow speed. Lower your speed by pulling in the clutch. Keep lowering your speed. Try going as slow as you can without stopping or dabbing. You'll need to work the friction zone with the clutch. For this exercise, it's not necessary to push your balance limits today. When you feel comfortable with this in a parking lot, take the skill to the road. I have a whole separate video on this called Slow Race. You can find the link here. Control number 2, throttle. You might say, the throttle obviously controls the speed, but at slow speeds, throttle is not precise enough. You just saw how the bike jerked, and it only plays a supporting role. We'll use it to run the engine at constant RPMs slightly above idle speed. It's called keeping something in the bank. If you do it, your bike has more torque available at any time. If you're standing or moving slowly with the clutch in and release it too quickly, it will help avoid stalling or dropping the bike. If you lose speed in a tight turn, the extra torque will help pull you out, and again, will prevent dropping the bike. So extra throttle is your power, and clutch is your actual speed control. Pull the clutch in to slow down. Release it to speed up. The response is more immediate than using throttle from idle alone. It's another stepping stone to your slow speed riding getting safer and more precise. The best RPMs for this differ from bike to bike, and it's done by ear. So it idles at 1100 roughly. This is 1800. Somewhere here is a sweet spot for me. So all you do, you just run your bike in neutral and turn the throttle a little bit and listen to it. You find that sound, and that's what you're looking for going forward. Ride the bike slowly in a straight line with the clutch fully out. Then pull it in a little and try to bring the bike back to its original speed by adding the throttle. Pull the clutch a bit more, add more throttle. Get the RPMs to that target range. Then try modulating your clutch to see how slow or how fast you can be with the engine at the same RPMs. Once that starts working for you, you need to learn to keep the throttle at the same position when turning. What you are learning here is remembering to keep that extra throttle at all times and to adjust speed with the clutch. This might be tricky because the basic habit is to drop the engine to idle once the clutch is disengaged. It takes time and focus to form this new habit. Control number 3, rear brake. Using the rear brake is frequently underappreciated, and some people might say it's not needed. But really skilled riders swear by it. It's really different from just pulling in the clutch or dropping down the RPMs, because what is happening You're literally dropping an anchor with your rear wheel, and that adds a lot of control and a lot of stability to your ride. One great use case for the rear brake is scrubbing the extra speed in any slow speed maneuvers, especially for turns. Using the front brake in these cases is problematic in two ways. First, the front brake upsets the bike. You're moving the weight of the bike forward, and the front wheel has higher chances to tuck in, and you're likely to drop the bike. Second, your right hand is already doing two things: throttle control and turning, and trying to do three things at once with the same hand won't give you the same level of precision. At the same time, your right leg is there for the ride as well, so we better make some use out of it. You start by going straight at a comfortable speed and start applying the rear brake. The bike will respond, just not as strongly as to the front brake. Apply it a bit, release. You may not even notice it at first. Apply more, gently release. Apply less, again, release it gently. Apply more and release very gradually. You're looking for the understanding of how much pressure on the rear brake will result in how much slowing down. Modulate the pressure and the release speed until you understand the connection. Second, you set up a few cones to mark the corners of a square box. All you do is approach them at a comfortable speed and slow down for those corners, only using the rear brake. Pick up some speed in a straight line and then scrub it again with the rear brake. None of these three things sound complicated, but the real trick here is to remember using them and remember practicing them. Just like a novice rider in a car throws his instructor back and forth with harsh acceleration or braking, you might experience the same with rear brakes or with friction zone. Don't give up on that. Keep trying. It may come to you at the 10th attempt, it might come to you at 100th attempt. It doesn't matter. It will. So keep practicing, keep improving, and really important, continue using them and practicing them even after you think you got it. Because unlike anything else, motorcycle skills are highly perishable. That's why all riders complain in the spring that it feels like it's a new skill. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, write your comments. I'm curious what you guys think about it. It helps me to improve my videos for you, and it will make sure that more riders would see this content and be better riders. So thank you, and thank you for watching.